There's a narrative gaining traction online, a scenario painting a picture of Jalen Duren in purple and gold. The story goes that the Lakers are poised to upgrade from DeAndre Ayton, who has never played a single second for the franchise, and sign the Detroit Pistons center to a max offer sheet this summer. The proposed figure? A staggering $200 million. Let's be unequivocally clear from the jump. This entire premise is built on a foundation of sand. It is a masterclass in misinformation, combining incorrect player affiliations, fabricated statistics, and a fundamental misunderstanding of the NBA's collective bargaining agreement. We're not going to entertain this as a possibility. We're going to dismantle it, piece by piece, and then discuss the actual reality facing Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office. First, the source material for this rumor is riddled with factual impossibilities. It claims Jalen Duren became a first-time All-Star this past season, averaging 19.5 points per game for a 60-win Pistons team. This is pure fantasy. Jalen Duren was not an All-Star. His scoring average was in the low double digits, not nearly 20 points a night, and the Detroit Pistons were near the bottom of the league standings, not the top seed in the East. To base any analysis on these numbers isn't just flawed, it's completely detached from reality. The report then compounds its errors by suggesting Duren would be the perfect pick-and-roll partner for Luka Doncic in Los Angeles. This is, without question, the most egregious error. Luka Doncic is the franchise cornerstone of the Dallas Mavericks. He is not a Laker, nor is there any credible pathway for him to become one in this context. The idea of a big three of Doncic, Duren, and Austin Reeves in LA is fan fiction, not a plausible front office strategy. This is critical to understand because it exposes the lack of credibility behind the entire rumor. But for the sake of argument, let's ignore the fabricated stats and the impossible player acquisitions. Let's focus on the core mechanism proposed. The Lakers signing Jalen Duren, a restricted free agent, to a max offer sheet. This is where we move from the absurd to the financially impossible. As of April 2026, the Los Angeles Lakers are a team operating over the salary cap. Their books are dominated by the contracts of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You then have significant salary committed to players like Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. To create the requisite cap space, north of $40 million annually, to even tender a max offer sheet to a player of Duren's service time, the Lakers would have to renounce the rights to nearly every free agent on their roster, and more importantly, trade away multiple core players for zero salary in return. We're talking about a scenario where the Lakers would have to gut their entire roster, likely including one of their two superstars, just to open the door for a negotiation. It is a strategy that makes zero sense. You don't tear down a contending framework to overpay for a non-All-Star center, even one with Duren's upside. Furthermore, the concept of restricted free agency, RFA, is being misunderstood. If the Lakers did manage this impossible feat of cap space creation and signed Duren to an offer sheet, the Detroit Pistons would have 48 hours to match the offer. Given Duren's age and importance to their rebuild alongside Cade Cunningham and Ozar Thompson, the Pistons would almost certainly match any offer, even a max. They hold all the cards. The only way they wouldn't match is if the offer sheet was so toxic, so front-loaded, that it crippled their own cap sheet, a move the Lakers are in no position to make. Now let's talk about the new CBA and its punitive aprons, because this is where the discussion truly ends. The Lakers are already projected to be operating near or above the first tax apron. Signing a player to a max contract via cap space is one thing, but let's entertain an even more complex and equally impossible scenario: a sign and trade. If the Lakers tried to acquire Duren via a sign and trade, his new massive salary would be added to their books. This would rocket them past the second apron, a line in the sand the league has drawn to curb spending by top-heavy teams. The penalties for being a second apron team are severe and would hamstring the Lakers for years. They would lose access to the Taxpayer Mid-Level Exception, TPMLE. They would be unable to aggregate salaries in trades. They would be prohibited from trading their first-round draft pick 7 years out. In essence, to acquire Jalen Duren, the Lakers would have to sacrifice all future flexibility. They would be locked into an incredibly expensive core with no tools to improve the roster on the margins. Rob Pelinka and this front office are navigating the CBA to maximize flexibility, not eliminate it for a single player who doesn't solve all their problems. So, if Duren is a fantasy, what is the reality for the Lakers at the center position? The front office's primary tool for external improvement this offseason will be the Taxpayer Mid-Level Exception. For the 2026-27 season, the TPMLE is projected to be worth approximately $5.5 million. This is the caliber of free agent the Lakers can realistically target. A veteran big man willing to take a discount to compete for a title, or a younger, unproven player looking for a chance to shine. Think players in the mold of a Mason Plumlee, a Goga Bitadze, or a similar archetype, not a $200 million RFA. The other avenue is a trade. The Lakers possess their 2026 first-round pick and other future assets that could be packaged. However, any trade would need to involve matching salaries. They cannot simply absorb a large contract. This means they would be looking for trades centered around their existing mid-tier contracts, potentially involving players like Rui Hachimura or Gabe Vincent, to acquire a center who fits a specific need and salary slot. The targets would be players on manageable contracts, not rising stars about to sign a max extension. This is the tightrope the Lakers front office walks. Every move is constrained by the CBA, by existing salaries, and by the punitive nature of the second apron. The goal is to add talent without sacrificing the depth and flexibility needed to survive an 82-game season and a deep playoff run. So when you see headlines predicting a big three of Luka, Reeves, and a max contract Jalen Duren, recognize it for what it is: clickbait designed to generate engagement, not to provide legitimate analysis. The real work being done in the Lakers front office is far more nuanced, far more difficult, and operates entirely within the realm of reality. The search for a center upgrade is real. The challenges are immense, but the path to acquiring one does not run through a fabricated, impossible scenario involving Jalen Duren. The solution will be found in shrewd trades, savvy use of the TPMLE, and the continued development of players within their own system. That's the real story. That's the insider reality. If you appreciate this kind of no-nonsense, fact-based breakdown that cuts through the noise of the rumor mill, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Like the video to help us reach more of the Lakers nation who deserve the truth. We're committed to bringing you analysis grounded in the CBA and the realities of the front office, not in fantasyland. We'll see you next time.